The UN Human Rights Office says nearly 1,400 Palestinians have been killed trying to get food in the Gaza Strip in recent months. It says most were shot by the Israeli military near aid distribution sites, which are backed by the US. Israel maintains its forces don't target civilians. The Palestinian Ministry of Health says over 60,000 people have been killed since the start of the conflict almost 2 years ago. For more, let's cross over to Juliette Touma. She is the Director of Communications with the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, or UNRWA. She joins us from the Jordanian capital, Amman. Welcome to you, Juliette. There has been an apparent increase in aid drops organised by several countries, including Germany and France. Is that making any difference on the ground?
Thanks for having me. Not really. And also because these airdrops are very, very expensive, and what you can put on one airdrop is less than half of what you can put on a truck. So what's really needed is political will to open the gates to the Gaza Strip so that we in the United Nations can bring in 500 to 600 trucks every single day. That is the only way to alleviate the famine that's now in Gaza.
And you mentioned aid trucks. How many aid trucks are getting into Gaza in a day right now, and how many would be needed to end the starvation at this point?
Very little is going in, and what needs to come in, like I said, is 500 to 600 trucks every day, not only of food, but also medicine, fuel, water, medical supplies for the hospitals, hygiene material, very simple stuff like, for example, bars of soap and detergents.
As the Director of Communications for UNRWA, your organisation is banned from operating in Gaza right now and has not been able to provide any humanitarian assistance since that ban. Is the absence of UNRWA one major factor, perhaps, for the humanitarian disaster we are witnessing right now in Gaza?
Look, we continue to be present inside Gaza. We have a team of over 10,000 people, including doctors and emergency workers, who are still inside Gaza, who continue to provide assistance to the degree possible. They are very, very tired and hungry themselves. We had a few cases of colleagues of ours who fainted while they were on duty. What we are banned from, however, is twofold. We cannot get in any humanitarian assistance from outside into Gaza, and it has been the case for over 5 months now, where no trucks of UNRWA were allowed in. And the other thing that we cannot do is international staff, they are not getting visas to go into Gaza and the rest of the occupied Palestinian territory. We've not had any of our international staff, their visas have not been renewed since end of January this year.
The US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff visited Gaza and the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation aid distribution systems in an effort, he says, to come up with a new aid distribution plan. Do you think the US has the ability to organise aid distribution and the will without the help of established aid agencies like yours?
I think what needs to happen is to support the system that is in place, and that is the UN system, including UNRWA, to allow us to do our work. There's no need to reinvent the wheel or come up with another organization or another system. I mean, we've seen with this humanitarian foundation, so-called system that was put in place, we've seen that that system has put the lives of people at risk. In fact, according to our numbers in the United Nations, close to 1,400 people have been killed while trying to get some assistance. So let's not reinvent the wheel. Let's support the UN, including UNRWA, to do its work and bring in the supplies and distribute the supplies through the teams that we already have on the ground inside Gaza at UNRWA and other organizations.
Juliette Touma, Director of Communications with UNRWA in Amman. Thanks so much.
Thank you.